Hey there, here's another Car Conversations with Dr. B, because I'm in my car and I'm Dr. B. This is in my COVID-19 series, and the last couple times I've been talking about kind of the overall mental health that we're having in this pandemic. And last time I talked about fear. And this time I want to talk about something else that people keep bringing to my attention, which is grief. What does grief look like in the middle of COVID-19? Well, there's the clear grief that happens when someone we love, someone we know, someone we've looked up to passes away as a result of COVID-19 because it is a deadly virus. And there's that real grief that happens when we lose someone who's close to us. And maybe we haven't lost them, but maybe they're just away from us because they are in the hospital and they're struggling, and we're feeling that impending grief, or we're just feeling the grief of separation. And grief of separation is, everyone can relate to that right now, because we are separated from family, from friends, from activities that brought us joy. And it's acutely an awareness for me, because I have two teenage children, one of whom was at her first year at college, who had to leave what she regarded as her family, her new family that she was spending time with and developing relationships with, and had customs, that they followed in the time that they spent together. And now all of a sudden they're all scattered around and they can't see one another. And then my younger daughter, who is missing her friends and even her teachers. Yes, if you're watching this, she misses most of you, and but she misses her teammates. She's on she's on a gymnastics team, and she's on a dance team, and she doesn't get to do any of those fun activities, those really engaging, exciting activities. And she had jobs where she was a babysitter and a coach, and she doesn't get to do that either. So there's so much of that grief happening. And for me, I'm a work-at-home mom, and so I miss a lot of things, but I've been isolated for a long time, and even more so isolated in the last 18 months. Many of you know I suffered a traumatic brain injury, so where I used to love being in crowds and out with the 10 or more, 20 or more, 500 or more crowds, I used to get energized by that. That exhausts me now. So honestly, in that part of the pandemic, social distancing guidelines has not been as much grief work for me. But what I grieve are just all of those passages that so many of us, I'm watching my friends and family struggling with, the graduations that aren't happening, at least not on time, the prom. My daughter's looking forward to prom. SATs were canceled. AP exams moved differently. One of her surgeries that was coming up, it's going to be moved off. So all these things that we're grieving. So I want to tell you just this quote I heard many, many moons ago about grief that really stuck with me. And I want us to embrace it right now in this time of acknowledging the grief that we're feeling. And then remembering this: grief is simply love with no place to go. So when you've let go of someone that you've loved, whether by death or by departure, we recognize that grief that we're feeling is love that no longer has a place to reside. That person is no longer either sending it back to us or receiving it from us. So in these times of grief, and I do send you all the love and light in the world if you have lost someone who is close to you, that meant something to you in this world, I give you that love and light. And I invite you to take that love that you have for that person, persons, activities, rituals, customs, habits, and send it somewhere else. Find a resource, find an avenue for that love to relocate, and you will feel the grief that you're holding, that pain, dissipate. It won't go away. It's still there. It's still present. You can honor it, but you can send some of that energy in a new space for someone else to feel the love that you've been just anguishing over not being able to hand somewhere. So with that, go bring that love and light to the world, and tune in next time for another Car Conversations with Dr. B. Stay safe, stay distant, but stay connected. Bye, guys.